Hello, this is for all my first form Latin students. I told you before the break that when we came back together, we would have another unit review. And since we had an extra week's break, I sent out an email telling everyone they could go ahead and work on the second unit review. But I don't know if everybody did. So we're just going to go over that material this week. I want you to finish that unit review. This would be lesson 28 on pages 70 and 71 in your student book. If you haven't already done that lesson, do it this week. Check everything. If you have any questions about something that you're missing and you don't understand why you're missing it, please email me. Call me. I will be very happy to get on the phone with you and talk it over and see what it is that you're having a problem with and tell you what's going on. For this double unit review, you have all declension endings and the entire vocabulary list that's on page 71 in your student book. You need to know those. So today on this video, I wanted to go over all our declension endings. I have some practice sentences that I'm going to give you a little time. I encourage you, maybe after I write the sentences on the board, I'll repeat this later, you could stop the video and see if you can translate it yourself, and then I'll translate it out for you step by step, okay? I want you to do the exercises. If you've already done them, just study up what you've already done, because I'm also going to email everyone the quiz, the unit quiz. If you could do this lesson and take the quiz before next week's class, before next week's lecture, that would be great. And then next week we'll talk about the material in the new unit. All right? You need to know everything on that 2-page spread. Your vocabulary needs to be good. Learn it both ways. Ask yourself the English and see if you can come up with the Latin, okay? You need to know how to decline nouns in each declension, which we're about to do in just a moment to review it again. And keep reviewing your verbs. Just because we haven't been working with our verbs for a while, don't stop reviewing your verbs. All right, maybe if I have a lot of time left at the end of this lecture, or certainly next week, we'll do a verb synopsis together, okay? But in the meantime, remember, vocabulary review means reviewing every single word you've learned in first form Latin this year, which are all in the back, or you can go through lesson by lesson and drill yourself, or have someone else in your household drill you, okay? So I'm going to try to put the whiteboard up here in front of us. We'll see how this works. I ought to get better at it each day, or each week. Okay, so let's go through all 5 declensions, okay? Here, let me just get this. All right, this seems pretty good. Here we go. First declension. What gender are they? They're almost all feminine, right? Except for the ones that are natural gender. All right, here we go. A, arum, is, as, is. All right, first declension. Second declension. They are all masculine. Us, e, o, e, orum, is, as, is. Second declension, neuter. They're all neuter. It's not a trick. E, o, orum, is, is. Third declension, They're all a mix-up. They're masculine, feminine. You have to memorize them. You have to memorize them, all right? X, is, E, M, A, S, ibus, S, ibus. Now, let's stop here for a minute before we do any more. Why do we always have to know the genitive singular ending? Answer: because it tells you what declension the noun is in. If you don't know that, you don't know what declension it's in. Every noun with AE in the genitive singular is first declension. Every noun with an I in the genitive singular is second declension. Every noun with an is in the genitive singular is third declension. But remember something about third and fourth and fifth declensions. You have to learn both the nominative and the genitive, or you won't know how to decline it. So you cannot learn that lex means law. You have to learn that lex legis means law, because we decline it. Lex, legis, legi, legem, lege, leges, legum, legibus, leges, legibus. All right? You've got to learn them both. Okay. Get rid of that. We also learned a group of third declension that were neuter. And we make the little noise since they don't all end in X. They're bz, is, e, bz, a, s, ibus, s, ibus. All right. Fourth declension. They are almost all masculine, except for house and hand, domus and manus. All right. Us, ui, u, us, ibus, us, ibus. Last one, fifth declension. They are all feminine except, I think, for day. Check that. I think it's day. Okay. S, A-E, A-E, M, A, S, arum, abus, S, abus. All right. Before the quiz, you need to be good on all of these. Now, remember what I said about learning the nominative and the genitive. The word domus means house. But if you just learn that domus means house, you don't know if domus is one of these or if domus is one of these. You have to learn that domus means house. And then you know that it's fourth declension, okay? Otherwise, you won't know if domus is a noun, just like servus, which is second declension, okay? So make sure you know all of those. Second thing you need to do is keep drilling the vocabulary, nominative and genitive, and genders. Remember, third declension, they're kind of mixed up. There's a lot of masculine and feminine mixed up in there. But we did learn that all of the ones that end in X that you learned, except for rex and dukes, which have natural gender, are feminine. Lex, lux, crux. Can't remember the rest of them. But we had a bunch of them that ended in X, and they were all feminine. Okay? So keep working on that. Now, let's go through some sentences. And let me adjust just a minute. Let me see if I can sit down, if this will work. Oh, yes, this works fine. All right, I'm going to put some sentences up here. Now, this is where I said that if you wanted to stop the video And try to work out the translation on your own before I translate it for you. Give it a shot, and then you can start it back up again, and I will translate it out word for word. I'm going to leave all this up on the board so that you can refer to it. You can also have your book open on page 70, and it has all of your declensions, all the words declined out for you. Okay, so I have, I don't know how many sentences here, but there can't ever be too many sentences, can there? Okay, here we go. Milites metum non amant. All right, shut it off if you want to give it a try, but I'm going to go through it. Remember, let's start with the verb. Amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatus, amant. It's present tense, and amo means love. So amant means they love. Non is one of the adverbs you've learned. It means not. They do not love. Now I have to look at the rest of my sentence. I only have 2 words left. Is there either one of those that could be the they? Well, look, milites. It's got an ending that can be a subject, a plural subject. And milites means soldiers. The soldiers do not love metum. Do you remember what metus means? Fear. Metus, and here it is, it's the direct object. Soldiers do not love fear. All right, next up. Servi saxa. Oh, that is a crazy P. Portabant. All right. Stop it if you want to give it a try, but here we go. Start with the verb. Porto means carry. And we have the bom, bos, bot, bomus, botus, bont ending, which means it's imperfect. So it means was or were. They were. They were carrying. Now we have to look at our other words and see if there's anything that could be the they. All right. Servus means slave, and it's got a plural nominative ending, so it could be slaves. Saxa. Saxum means rock. So saxa is also a potential subject. So, what if the rocks are carrying something? First of all, rocks don't carry things very often at all. That seems a little odd. Second of all, servi can't be a direct object. The rocks can't be carrying the slaves. It won't work. So I'm thinking maybe we should go the other direction. How about the slaves were carrying the rocks? Rocks can also be a direct object. That one seems to make sense, so let's go with that. The slaves were carrying rocks. Okay, next up. Deus mundum servat. All right, I'm getting out of the camera here. Okay, let's start with the verb, servat. Servo means guard or keep. Servo, servas, servat. Servamus, servatus, servat. It's present tense. He, she, or it guards or keeps. Is there anything that could be the he, she, or it? Well, Deus can only be a subject. God. God keeps or God guards mundum. It's got an ending that will let it be a direct object, and it means the world. God guards or keeps the world. All right, hope you're doing well. I got plenty more. Okay, Rex dona dabit. Okay, Let's start with the verb. Do means give. It's got bo bis bit, bimus bitus bunt, makes it future. He, she, or it will give. Now we look, is there anything that could be the he, she, or it? Oh, Rex. Rex can only be a subject. King. The king will give. Now we only have one word left. Donum means gift. And dona has the ending that makes it a direct object. The king will give gifts. Oh, now I put adjectives in. All right. Molly fratres manium templum demonstraverunt. Let's start with the verb. Demonstro. Demonstro means point out or show. It's got the third principal part, so it must be one of those perfect tenses. And it's got the I, isti, it, imus, istis, erunt ending. That means it must be perfect tense, which is the has or have. They have pointed out or they have shown. Or you can just say they pointed out or they showed. All right? Now, who could be the they? Well, fratres. Fratres have an ending right up here that could make them a subject. Brothers. The brothers showed. We have this word Molly over here. Malus means bad or evil. And it's got an ending that could be nominative and plural and masculine. This is nominative and plural and masculine. They match. They don't look the same, but they match. They are bad brothers.